So, you think you know yourself, right? I mean, you've probably taken the tests, you've read the descriptions, you've definitely told someone, oh yeah, I'm an introvert, or I'm the overthinker in my friend group. But here's the thing that nobody ever tells you. What if you're reading yourself completely wrong? And your personality isn't just a collection of quirks. It's like this invisible force, and it's quietly controlling every decision you make. Picture two people walking into the exact same job interview. Same room, same questions. One person walks out feeling energized, almost buzzing from the challenge. The other? They walk out completely drained, replaying every single word they said. Same situation, completely different inner worlds. Now that difference, it isn't about strength or weakness. It's about your personality architecture. And way back in 1943, two women, Isabel Briggs Myers and her mother, Catherine Cook Briggs, decided to draw the blueprint for it, all based on the work of Carl Jung. They literally created a map of the human psyche. To understand this map, you just have to understand 4 simple dials inside your mind. Everyone is all 4, but for each one, you have a natural preference, kind of like a default setting. So, let's quickly look at these 4 dials. First, there's the energy dial. It asks, where do you get your energy? Are you charged up by being around people, or do you recharge in solitude? That's extroversion versus introversion. Simple. Next, the information dial. How do you take in the world? Do you trust what you can see and touch, the concrete facts, or are you always looking for patterns and future possibilities? That's sensing versus intuition. Third, the decisions dial. How do you make choices? Is it through cold, impartial logic, or through your personal values and how it affects others? Thinking versus feeling. And finally, the world dial. How do you like to live your life? Do you prefer things planned out and structured, or do you thrive on spontaneity and keeping your options open? That's judging or perceiving. Just think for a second about which direction feels most like you for each one. Okay, now I want you to picture someone sitting alone in a quiet room. Not because they're lonely, but because they honestly prefer it. Their mind is just running at full speed, analyzing, planning, building an entire strategy in their head while everyone else is still figuring out what to have for lunch. This is the INTJ, the architect. You might be an INTJ if you find small talk almost physically painful. If you've already thought 5 steps ahead in a conversation before you've even opened your mouth. You're private, you're intensely focused, and you are quietly brilliant. Does this little inner monologue sound familiar? Why is everyone so inefficient? I already have the solution. Nobody asked me. Fine. That coldness people sometimes see? It's usually just focus wearing the wrong mask. Okay, now let's flip the coin completely. Picture the person who walks into a room and immediately reads everyone in it. They know who's stressed, who needs a kind word. They notice all of it. And then, without even being asked, they do something about it. This is the ENFJ, the protagonist. You might be an ENFJ if you've ever felt more worried about a friend's problem than your own. If you're the person everyone texts at 2 o'clock in the morning for advice. You're warm, you're charismatic, and you're driven by this almost compulsive need to help others grow. Yeah, your internal world might sound a little something like this. They seem off today. I should check on them. Am I doing enough for the people I love? Your emotional radar is always on. And it's a true gift. But man, it can also be completely exhausting. Now, let me tell you about a personality type that lives mostly inside their own head. This person can spend hours, sometimes 4 or more, thinking about things like how black holes affect time. They don't do it for school or work, but simply because their brain wants to understand. This type is called the INTP or the Logician. They are very curious, quietly smart, and often misunderstood. You might be an INTP if you've ever started explaining something simple and ended up in a deep, philosophical conversation. If social rules confuse you, or if your biggest fear is feeling bored intellectually, you might be an INTP. INTPs think deeply using what's called introverted thinking. Their brain is always working to find logical answers and the truth. But they often find it hard to finish tasks. Their mind is full of ideas, so the boring parts of work feel really tough. The world needs people like them, but they also need to finish what they start. Now, let's meet a very different type, the ENFP, also called the campaigner. Imagine someone who feels like a bright burst of sunlight. INFPs talk to strangers easily, cry at emotional ads, and have many unfinished passion projects, all while already planning new ones. They are full of energy, care deeply, and are very creative. You might be an ENFP if you fall in love with an idea at night, make a big plan, but lose interest a few days later. If you feel things deeply but don't know why, or if you get excited when given freedom to create, you might be an ENFP. They use what's called extroverted intuition, meaning they see possibilities everywhere. But ENFPs sometimes feel like they are too much for others, too emotional or too scattered. They don't need to change. What they need is people and places that can keep up with their energy. When they find that, they become unstoppable. Next is the ISFJ, called the Defender. This type doesn't like being in the spotlight, and that's just fine for them. ISFJs remember little things like your coffee order, help without being asked, and give up their own comfort for others, hoping someone notices. They are loyal, caring, and the kind of people who keep everything running smoothly, even if they don't get praised. You might be an ISFJ if you feel guilty saying no, remember details about people that they forgot, or if your way of showing love is by helping others. ISFJs use introverted sensing, which means they remember feelings and past experiences very well. They use these memories to care for people around them. The problem for ISFJs is that they give too much and end up exhausted. They find it hard to ask for help because caring for others feels safer. But remember, you don't have to carry everything alone. Your kindness is a strength. It's okay to ask for what you need. You deserve it. Now I have a few questions for you. When you have a problem, do you analyze it first or feel your way through it? When you make plans, do you love having a clear structure, or do you secretly hate feeling locked in? These are not trick questions. There's no wrong answer. But your gut reaction to each one? That's your personality talking. Hold those answers. Here's something personality quizzes never tell you. Your personality is partly who you are and partly who you had to become. That's not sad. It's powerful. Now, before you panic thinking, but I relate to 3 types, that's normal. It's actually healthy. You might be an INFJ who tests as an INTJ under stress, an ENFP who channels INTP energy when debating. You're not fixed. You have a dominant pattern with layers. Most people identify with one type when relaxed and shift when stressed or growing. Drop your MBTI type in the comments. Tell me, does it fit or feel off? I'll see you in the next one. Till then, subscribe our channel.